Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a Divine Masculine Energy check-in. I had come into some new information yesterday from my own personal journey. I'm pretty sure a lot of these Divine Masculines have ended things with the karmic, and it's kind of just a matter of sifting through some baggage at this point in time. So I did want to jump on and talk about the energies. I know where I'm at, we're in a pretty small community, and I know there's a lot of gossip surrounding my own personal situation. What I heard through the grapevine yesterday is that the karmic is running around town telling everybody that my Divine Masculine was cheating on her. And when I look back on the entire situation, it was actually the Divine Masculine that was cheating on me with her. And everything I feel has finally come full circle. And I do feel a lot of the karmics are trying to create all kinds of gossip, all kinds of drama. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of public exposure when it comes to social media surrounding many of the Divine Masculines. So I know for my own journey, the Divine Masculine still has me blocked. I definitely don't plan on reaching out at all. I'm pretty sure it's up to these masculines to find their courage to come and face all of us after all of the damage that's been done. So I think a lot of the masculines are pretty much at that rock bottom, and it's kind of just time to bring justice wherever that is needed when it comes to all of the injustices within these connections. So let's jump in with some cards and see what needs to come through for the Divine Masculine for our current energy check-in. Yeah, you're definitely on the Divine Masculine's heart. You're definitely in his head. And I think all he can think about is the unconditional love that you have to offer. He definitely wants this healthy connection. And I think he's kind of learning to trust his own intuition. He sees you as this nurturer, as this healer. He knows that you hold so much compassion in your heart, Divine Feminine. And he's also recognizing just how patient you have been when it comes to this entire situation. So let's see what else needs to come through. Major paradigm shifts. So a lot of these contracts have completely expired, and the masculine is finally releasing all of these outdated, ineffective belief patterns. And I believe many of the masculines are getting ready to step into that self-mastery. We are concluding all of these karmic cycles, and we have gone through some deep cellular healing over the years, and it's kind of time to rip that Band-Aid off and to embrace this paradigm shift that's coming forward. We do have the moon in Gemini right now, which is really triggering a lot of spontaneous movement forward. So if you've not heard from your counterpart yet, I do believe they are preparing to reach out. I do think a lot of the karmics are still grasping when it comes to controlling the situation, and I think they're kind of like in this energy of almost blackmailing the masculine when it comes to this reconciliation for the twins. So a lot of truth has definitely been exposed when it comes to the social structures, when it comes to all of the misguided falsehoods. A lot of these masculines played into a lot of gossip, a lot of slander. A lot of the karmics and the masculines have slandered the Divine Feminine and made fun of her. And I think now that everything's come full circle, the masculine is finding his strength to come forward with that important message when it comes to this reunion. And I think the masculine's like digging deep when it comes to understanding his own spirituality, when it comes to maybe getting grounded in some spiritual coursework, because there has without a doubt recently been a major breakthrough within the Divine Masculine's life. I'm thinking like around that Pisces new moon, there was like this confession energy that came forward when it comes to that situationship that the masculine has been in. And that's created a very powerful shift. And I think the masculine has finally found a solution when it comes to all of these issues within the karmic contract in order to kind of transform his life. So I do believe, Divine Feminine, your hard work and your perseverance really has paid off when it comes to manifesting the visions that you've been shown in your third eye. A lot of the feminines are shown all of these prophetic visions when it comes to the future timelines. And I feel all of this powerful symbolism that you've been leaning into and trusting is about to come full circle. I think get ready for a new opportunity to be presented very soon as the masculine prepares to walk through this doorway of this greater love experience and abundance with the divine feminine. So, you know, that very challenging karmic relationship dynamic really did serve its purpose when it comes to bringing all of these woundings to the surface for the masculine in order to kind of reshape his destiny. Because I do feel a lot of the masculines have had some third eye activation recently, and they are coming into this deep spiritual awareness of all of their channeling capabilities. So I think the masculine's been going within, really seeking and finding that truth, preparing for this reconciliation and this reunion with the divine feminine, because we've been in that energy of staying present, divine feminine. We've been stepping into our greatest purpose, and I think this has created a major realization when it comes to this evolution. So I do highly suggest keeping those chakras tuned up, divine feminine, and that's going to allow the maximizing energy flow when it comes to the telepathic connection between the two of you, because I think on the near horizon, we will be coming into this reunion energy, and we are in the beginning stages of preparing for this reconciliation. So let's see what else needs to come through with the Illumination Oracle deck. Yeah, the masculine is walking away from that very toxic, codependent, narcissistic karmic contract. A lot of these karmics are controlling, jealous, possessive, extremely codependent, and I think the masculine is just so tired of that childish behavior. He's definitely walked away because he's preparing to come forward and to seek that forgiveness with you in order to restore that passionate romance between the two of you. He's releasing that karmic attachment, and he's preparing to come forward to bring love back into this situation. So if you've been feeling confused, that's likely from all of the Pisces energy coming through. So you are encouraged to go into meditation, to ground the energies, because I feel the masculine is getting ready to get back on track. He kind of sees you as this lighthouse, and he knows it's kind of time to come forward and ask for that guidance. So he's definitely deeply drawn to you as he's embracing all of this growth and expansion. So, you know, it's been a really long winter in that dark cosmic womb. And now that we're kind of getting ready to go into the spring equinox, Aries energy, cardinal energy, leadership energy, the masculine knows it's kind of time to go forward and to seek that light, that guidance from you. He sees you as that steadfast lighthouse, and he knows it's time to come forward to get back on track. So I kind of feel the masculine's kind of taken a step back after all of these secrets have kind of been exposed in order for this growth and expansion. So, you know, this past life connection is very intense, very deep. I think there's some confusion surrounding the masculine when it comes to, you know, coming forward, releasing the karmic contract. I think the masculine is hoping and wishing he's going to be able to make things right. But I also feel he fears the feminine has closed the door and locked the door on him because he held on to that contract for so very long. I think as the masculine goes through this release and prepares to travel towards you, he's still facing all kinds of obstacles when it comes to that ending. I believe divorce proceedings if your masculine was actually in a marriage, but definitely that broken ring, that broken promise, and the masculine's hitting all kinds of walls, all kinds of obstacles and challenges, because the karmic is really trying to create all kinds of drama and exposure around the masculine, which really is making the masculine feel like this outcast. So I feel the masculine's been ostracized. I do feel he's been shamed and humiliated on social media by the karmic because of this very toxic codependent relationship. A lot of these karmics have no self-esteem, they're not self-reliant, they're so extremely dependent on others for their happiness and their well-being that the masculine is ready to face all of these challenges and abandon that energy because the masculine is so tired of the karmic guilt tripping him into all of these unwanted feelings of aloneness. And the masculine is feeling like he is being punished consequently for all of these wrongdoings. And I do feel, yes, publicly ridiculed is the energy when it comes to this karmic imprisonment. And I feel, yeah, the masculine was so enslaved in that karmic contract, and he's lost his sense of freedom. He's not been able to choose whatever he wants to do. The karmic is so controlling. She's really prevented the masculine from taking action in any direction. So I feel the divine masculine is feeling like at the mercy of all of these people that are ridiculing him. So we'll see what else needs to come through. But I do feel, you know, there's been that huge release. I do feel the masculine has acknowledged all of these very unhealthy patterns. And he's in this deep introspection of spending some time reflecting on how he's chosen to spend his time and his energy, and where he's lacked caring for himself and honoring his physical body. So, you know, we are here to live that long, fulfilling life together. We are old souls. This past life lesson needs to be learned this life, because there's so much wisdom and enlightenment that we are to bring forward in this current incarnation, in this current existence. And I feel there's a lot of fond reflection coming forward when it comes to just how deeply the masculine feels for the feminine. And I feel, you know, this arranged marriage or this false contract was really just based on, you know, family obligations when it comes to the social structure. And, you know, it was built out of materialism, status quo, and obligation. And the masculine is so tired of having to pick up the karmic's mess that she's kind of left behind. So I feel a lot of the masculines are stepping forward into their artistic expression. They are coming into this awareness that they truly have these healing hands. And whatever devastation is being witnessed in the divine masculine's life, this is to get him to come forward in that devotion, devoted to himself, devoted to the health and wellness for himself, for others, when it comes to this journey, when it comes to this mission. And it's about stepping into devotion when it comes to the children. A lot of us have young children that have been, you know, in the crossfire of this karmic repercussion. And I feel the masculine knows it's kind of time to come forward and care and nurture for the children that have been so deeply damaged from that karmic manipulation. So I feel the masculine is really coming into his life purpose, integrating all of the past energies into the present energy, and figuring out what he can contribute when it comes to the collective. So I kind of feel the masculine is bravely fighting for his rights and freedom at this time in order to come forward and dutifully serve his spiritual mission. And I do feel, divine feminine, you've done a good job. You gone fishing and you caught yourself a big fish here is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's see what else needs to come through. There's that refusal of the call, beautiful, and then radical acceptance of this connection. So that's where the masculine's been at, refusing the call, not wanting to look at this, going through death, rebirth, transformation, and I feel this major heart expansion when it comes to the radical acceptance of, you know, his true beloved. A lot of these karmics were able to manipulate the masculines by keeping them stuck in addictive patterns, drunk, high, all of those toxic codependent energies. And I feel we are on, you know, the precipice of bridging heaven and earth, preparing for these unions. But the masculine is going to have to stop refusing the call. I feel this new curiosity has been sparked, and he's definitely deeply drawn towards the feminine at this time. And definitely facing all kinds of obstacles and challenges, that wall energy coming through again. And I feel the feminine really is stepping into an overflow of abundance, and really stepping into compassion. So it is this first breath after, you know, the fall energy. And I feel the masculine's coming into this beginner's mindset, getting ready to experience life as it comes, stepping into karmic freedom, 14. So a lot of challenges, a lot of blocks. I think a lot of deep inner reflection when it comes to this new curiosity being sparked, when it comes to this beginner's mindset and the covenant of this sacred contract that the twins share. So definitely that new beginning commenced at that Pisces new moon. There was a lot of self-reflection, a lot of radical acceptance, and this refusal of the call has been illuminated to the masculine when it comes to that thief. The karmic really was a dream thief, put the veil of illusion over the masculine's eyes, and now there's going to be movement towards the feminine because this sacred contract, it's time for the twins to come together to honor the covenant of this higher calling, of this spiritual mission. And I feel, you know, as the feminine gets back into the heart space, compassion, the masculine knows the home that he belongs in is with the divine feminine in her heart. He's definitely wanting to come forward and seek that forgiveness and to regain control of this very negative spiraling situation. I feel the masculine is breaking free from all of this karmic baggage, and he's ready to sign that higher contract and to step forward for this brand new beginning. I am going to pull the book for this. I do want to read the refusal of the call and the sacred contract. So the refusal of the call is a 13. And it does speak of, you know, this, the masculine really has rejected the path of fulfillment. And this really has cost him dearly. It's kind of time for the masculine to express these feelings that have laid dormant for so long, in order to really begin this new adventure. So a lot of teaching. The masculine really is learning a lot of lessons. You know, a lot of these masculines reverted back to that south node familiarity, the comfort zone. And this same energy has been spiraling over and over. And it's kind of time for the masculine to evolve beyond that. So I do feel rejection wounds are coming up to be addressed. I do feel the masculine has recently rejected the feminine, rejected the karmic to go towards the feminine. And I feel this really is triggering all of these old wounds to come to the surface in order to shift that mindset. I feel the masculine's changed his mind. He wants nothing to do with that thief. He wants to return to the feminine and to build a new foundation. So I feel the masculine really is moving beyond the barriers. I think that glass house he was living in has been completely shattered. And as difficult as the energies are, the masculine is being asked to drop that resistance to answering the call and to step into these uncharted territories with the feminine. So I feel the masculine is kind of being pushed forward. Major wake-up call recently. And I feel a lot of knowledge is coming forward when it comes to the masculine accepting this beloved connection, because it's kind of time to honor those sacred contracts. 7. That is the number of the mystic. So I feel a lot of the masculines are coming into their intuitive gifts, tapping in to this higher commitment, to this sacred contract that is for the greater good of humanity. So it's this invitation energy coming forward, and spirit is saying the time is now to honor this ancient agreement and to step into renewal. So I feel the karmic contract has been canceled, torn up, burned to the ground, because the masculine did make a promise to the divine feminine to stand by her side, to, you know, honor the seal of God, and to commit to the feminine wholeheartedly. So in order for the masculine to reach these states of elevation, he's going to have to come forward and honor this sacred covenant. So I feel, you know, this covenant has to be founded on truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, not the divine masculine's truth, not the divine feminine's truth, but the greater truth of these cosmic energies. So I feel destiny is being fulfilled in the energies as the masculine releases his personal agenda. And spirit really is telling the masculine it's time to come to the table to guarantee this connection in good faith and to ensure that he is only focused on the greater good of the collective. So I feel the masculine has already signed it. He's read the fine print. He's been shown the fine print through the third eye. And if he does not step forward soon and commit to this covenant, he is going to regret that, because the masculine has compromised his integrity for longer than he should have. He's hesitated to put all of the cards on the table. He's had hidden motivations. He's not been transparent when it comes to his desires, and he's kept so many people in the dark. And it's kind of time for these shadow elements to come to the surface in order to break down that false contract and to honor this covenant. So whatever's been unspoken, it's about to come to the surface is what I feel, because the masculine is stepping into that beginner's mindset, preparing for this brand new cycle in love. Let's see what other energies need to come through for the masculine with the archetype deck. So companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. You know, in the past, the masculine deeply betrayed the feminine by misusing her confidences, by lying to her, not telling her the truth, going towards the karmic. And now all the masculine can think about is returning to the feminine and bringing forward that tenacious loyalty, coming forward very unselfishly and returning to the feminine. I feel a lot of the masculines are experiencing this loss of personal identity as they go through this purification process. It is the energy of karmic redemption. And I feel the masculine is finally acknowledging this special connection with the divine feminine, getting ready to serve humanity through humility. So this exaggerated ego that the masculine has been playing into really has caused a lot of failures in and around him. And it's kind of time to face these past betrayals and to make amends, because the feminine has gone through purification. And she has maintained this purity of heart, this purity of spirit. And the masculine is facing those deep fears when it comes to this intimate union with the divine feminine. I think a lot of these masculines fear, you know, being emotionally vulnerable, and all of this devastating gossip around the masculine really has been stemming around, you know, his Don Juan energies. A lot of these masculines were sleeping around like a gigolo, acting like Don Juan, spreading their seeds all over town. And all of this energy has been spotlighted where the masculine has seduced people. And I feel this rebel energy. So a lot of wounds coming up for the masculine. A lot of these karmics are very obsessive when it comes to the divine feminine and the masculine. They are seeking to harm probably the divine feminine and the masculine through all kinds of self-destructive, obsessive behaviors. And I feel as the masculine comes into this great passion and devotion towards the feminine, this unbridled appreciation for the divine feminine, it is triggering all of this dysfunctional energy within the karmic contract. Excuse me. A lot of these karmics are blaming the masculine and the feminine for this relationship takedown, when in actuality, the karmic is so very dysfunctional. The karmic has resisted going into these wounds and moving through forgiveness. And I feel this awakening energy taking place as the masculine wants to come forward with that compassion for the divine feminine. The masculine really is opening up to learning and forgiving, and definitely has made that unexpected choice in love, releasing the toxicity, going towards this pure connection. And I feel a lot of this energy really has highlighted a cheating scenario is what I feel. So this blame game really is getting old, I feel. And I feel a lot of the masculines are dealing with the karmic projecting whatever energy is going to serve the karmic's personal agenda. I do feel a lot of these masculines have put the karmic on blocked them on social media, blocked them from communicating. And that really has triggered a lot of anger and rage. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these karmics try to reach out to you, divine feminine, as they're trying to navigate through all of this heaviness. But I do feel the masculine's reached this higher level of consciousness recently, and he's been shown the potential of everything in the energies. And I feel it's kind of time for the masculine to give this creative energy a practical expression and come forward. So I think the masculine is seeking resolutions to all of these dilemmas in and around him. And he really is facing all of these emotional consequences for his lack of regard for the damage that he kind of caused. So I do feel that's Aquarian energy coming through very strongly. The masculine is rebelling. He's rejecting that negative karmic energy. He's very angry. He's so angry at all of the peer pressure, all of the misguided falsehoods. He's challenging everybody in the energy is kind of what I'm feeling. He's rejecting that entire social structure because it really did serve to keep him down and out. So I feel the masculine really is stepping into this visionary energy. He really did sell his soul in the past when it comes to compromising his morals and his values. And now he wants to come forward and seek that acceptance from the divine feminine. I think a lot of visions when it comes to the future timelines and what we are here to kind of conceive, you know, in these covenant contracts. So I think, you know, the masculine's lack of respect when it comes to all of this personal gain energy really has opened up the doorway for this transformation. This misuse of power and knowledge that the masculine played into is now being transformed into wisdom, because the twins truly are alchemists. We are energy alchemists, and we are spiritual warriors. So, you know, after trading all of his ethical principles for victory at any cost, this really has created a lot of suffering inflicted on so many people throughout the journey. And this indifference really is bringing forward this energy of redemption. So a lot of these masculines did self-sacrifice, and now they are conquering that lower ego, finding their strength, their skill, their discipline, and their toughness of will to come forward and to take that risk towards the feminine. So, you know, willingness to follow the intuition, even though there might be some doubt surrounding him, it's kind of time for the masculine to kind of take that leap of faith, to release any fears of negative judgments when it comes to this this exposure energy, stepping into selfless devotion with the divine feminine, stepping into this dedication to this spiritual calling, to this spiritual mission. So let's jump in with some tarot and see what else needs to come through for the divine masculine. I'm going to use, oh dear, I can't even think right now. The Steampunk Tarot. So bottom of the deck, the Sun, the Six of Pentacles, wow, and the Seven of Swords with the Six of Cups and the Moon. Definitely a major shift since that Pisces new moon. There was definitely some exposure around that Pisces new moon when it comes to what the masculine's been holding tight to his chest. You know, I think a lot of third eye activations. The masculine's still sifting through some fogginess, especially as Mercury enters into Pisces today. But there's been illumination about the imbalance, about the karmic thief, and all of that has come into the masculine's awareness when it comes to balancing the scales. So if you notice on this card, the scales are equal. So it's kind of time to return to a state of equality. And I feel, yeah, there's that lovers again, that unexpected choice in love. So this is a divinely guided union. This is a sacred higher contract. And the masculine has already made that choice. It's just a matter of him sifting through all of these challenges as he goes through this completion, this divorce, this ending. So we will see what the current energy is surrounding the divine masculine. That Seven of Cups reversed. There's no more confusion. He's cutting through the illusion. I think the masculine is also running out of options. He's definitely breaking free from that very codependent, very dark, dreary situation. We just got the Sun that flipped out in reversed, and the Two of Cups reversed with the Knight of Wands. So definitely unexpected departure when it comes to the false contract. There's no more working together. They don't see eye to eye. There's no love left there, and the masculine is breaking free from that karmic prison cell. I feel the masculine has paid his karmic dues, and there's that blocked energy. So blocking the karmic contract, blocking on all avenues because it was so dark, so depressive. There was so many secrets there. A lot of these karmics had many, many options, and likely, you know, were cheating on the divine masculine. And now they're trying to turn the tables and make it look like the masculine is the bad guy. So definitely some blocked communication, and the masculine is going within. When it comes to the ghosting, the non-communication with the divine feminine, and preparing to come forward out of the dark, out of that, that lack mentality, out of, the ghosting energy. A lot of these masculines abandoned the divine feminine at rock bottom, left her out in the cold. Some of us, it's been so many years, and it's kind of time for that judgment call to be made. So I feel major awakening in order to get the masculine to go within, to learn this lesson in its entirety. So judgment has been called without a doubt. And the masculine is going through this very painful death, transformation, and rebirth energy. It's almost like the feminine has turned her back. And the masculine is sitting in all kinds of shame, regret, remorse, and guilt as the wheel of destiny kind of spins us forward. I always love this card. It kind of looks like a little bit of Three of Pentacles. So it is kind of time to honor this new connection. It is this energy of wanting to come back and face that judgment with the divine feminine, to bring balance back into the situation. Absolutely, because the divine masculine is rising as that visionary leader, as that emperor, as that true divine counterpart, to walk side by side with the divine feminine. He sees your magic. He knows you are a healer, a visionary. He knows that you have psychic capabilities. And he's working on manifesting that union, that solid, stable foundation with you. This truly is a cause for celebration as the masculine is manifesting a brand new beginning. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. So the masculine is going through a period of healing as all of this truth washes over him, in order for him to prepare to come back with that apology and that cup of love, offering that cup of love. So, I do feel coming back. He's coming back from what he walked away from. He's ready to apologize. Some of these masculines may be worried about losing their jobs. I think a lot of these masculines do deeply fear the feminine just doesn't want to do the work anymore either. That the feminine doesn't want to work on this. But a lot of truth, a lot of passion being reignited, and the Ace of Cups just flipped out in reverse and landed on that companion card. So the masculine is definitely feeling the loss of this connection, and he wants to heal the brokenness between the two of you. He's working through healing through this deep heart pain, packing up, moving homes, because wherever he's been at, it's not been balanced. It's not been reciprocal. He's not been getting what it is that he deserves. The karmics are not very loving, and all of those secrets came out in that false foundation. So the masculine may be experiencing a huge financial loss as this contract comes to a close, but ultimately it is going to lead the masculine to fulfillment, to wishes being fulfilled as he prepares to step forward towards the divine feminine, to bring balance back into this situation. Beautiful energies coming through today. Let's get a couple seasons of the Witch. Silent Night, and I feel the masculine is deep, deep in the silence, and it is so deafening as he has to go into all of these wounds. I think the masculine is feeling so empty as he goes deep into this contemplation. The masculine knows that it's time to bring this karmic contract to an end and to start new and to step into this highest contract with the divine feminine. So I feel the masculine is really at one of the lowest points he's ever been at in his life. And it's kind of time to cast light on all of these shadows. I feel the masculine is screaming in the silence as he goes through this internal transformation. The silence, I feel, really is deafening for the divine masculine. So we'll see what else needs to come through. I think that Ten of Pentacles, yeah. The feminine, called it. She knew this was coming. The feminine has always been shown all of the things going on in the masculine's world. And I feel, the masculine's been spineless. He's lacked that courage to come forward. He's kept this tight grip on the karmic, who's really cast all kinds of negative spells around him. And the masculine's going deep into self-care in order to come back into that state of wholeness and surrendering to the pulse of the divine feminine's heart, wanting to be near her more than ever before. So get ready for a reconciliation with the cardinal energy. The masculine is bleeding on the inside when it comes to this sacredness, when it comes to honoring this connection, seeing the divine feminine's worth now like he never saw it before. And I feel all of these desires that the masculine holds for the future is in coming forward and returning to the divine feminine. He wants to fall in love with you all over again. He is dealing with all kinds of thorns deep in his heart, going through this heart opening. I feel a lot of the masculine's hearts have been ripped wide open in order for this expansion. I feel the feminine's energy is just bleeding into the divine masculine soul when it comes to, you know, the gratitude he has for the love that she has held on to all of this time. So let's read into that cardinal medicine energy, because I always get visits by cardinals, and that's a sign that my grandmother is around. So I know my grandmother has been a spirit guide for me, and I love that this is a 3 card. Union of the mind, the body, and the soul, the masculine, the feminine, and the higher power. So I feel the masculine is preparing to reclaim back, you know, his dignity, his integrity, and to come forward with those good moral values towards the feminine. Let me find the card, guys. Definitely ready to fall in love all over again. So I think the masculine really is getting ready to honor this sacred, unique partnership with the divine feminine. And he's bleeding on the inside when it comes to all of these desires. So I feel the masculine is preparing to return selflessly devoted, loyal, stepping into unity, stepping into high moral values with the divine feminine. And I think he just essentially just wants to love you and be your companion. So he can clearly see this loving partnership is close at hand. And he's doing everything he can to send that loving vibration towards you, divine feminine, as you are kind of calling the masculine home. So I think the masculine is learning to love himself. He sees you as his life mate, his lifetime partnership, and this will lead to marriage and a higher level of commitment. So right now, I feel the masculine is working on some self-empowerment issues. He's recently gone through a major loss, a major ending, and right now he feels so empty without you. He's really lost the part of him that has made him feel whole, and that is your energy, divine feminine. So he's regaining a sense of self right now, I think, is kind of what's going on. Releasing all of this lack mentality, this vice versa energy, and he sees your unique, beautiful, magic, divine feminine. There's no denying that, and I do feel, you know, he's ready. He's ready to, you know, lose all control when it comes to falling in love and opening up his heart towards you. Love is such a beautiful feeling. I think the masculine is restoring to a sense of optimism. I'm gonna sneeze. So you might be kissing a fool, divine feminine, but the masculine really is being guided to find a way to come forward and to bring resolution. You are encouraged to remain open-minded, divine feminine, because this is going to come in the most unexpected way. So get ready for the unexpected. The masculine has avoided this face-to-face for so long. I think get ready to receive unexpected company at your door as the masculine prepares for this loving relationship and this renewal within this higher contract, because the energy really is supporting deep roots and tradition to be restored within these connections, because it's kind of time to step into tomorrow. So I'm going to get a couple twin flame oracle messages, answers. Answers are coming. The divine is working very hard to bring you those answers when it comes to removing these blocks. But we will see what else needs to come through with the twin flame oracle deck. And I will pull a couple twin flame messages. So the present moment really is where you need to be at in the moment, divine feminine. You really need to stay present, because we have been receiving so many light code activations recently, so many galactic downloads, and we're kind of in that stage of preparing for this union. Do you have room in your life for your counterpart to return? Because the masculine deeply desires to arrive, but he is going through this replenishing of his reserves as he comes back into alignment with some positivity. So a lot of these transits really have been pushing these cosmic energies forward, really supporting this forward movement. I do think, Divine Feminine, you are so protected, but you do need to be careful. These karmics are vengeful, bitter, resentful. They're out for blood, and you're going to need to shield your energy from that negative attack by the karmic. So stay in the now moment. Enjoy the journey, Divine Feminine, because you are attracting the masculine back as he sifts through all of these gender role problems. So the masculine's releasing all kinds of negative human patterning with this ending, going through a replenishment and forgiveness to kind of see the innocence in everyone involved. Because yes, this is your twin soul, and the divine masculine is finally coming into that twin soul recognition as the feminine kind of finds her center and her inner peace. And the masculine feels so badly for the way that they treated you. They know you didn't deserve that, and they still love you. So right now they're working through rejection fears. They fear that you will reject them, and they miss you so deeply, I feel. No matter what things look like in the 3D, they are deeply missing you. You know, I think they think, you know, we're so different than where we were at the start of the journey, and I think that scares them because you're not the same person that you used to be, Divine Feminine. And I think that deeply scares them. I think the divine masculines are going through the motions. If they would have known then what they know now, they definitely would have made a different choice. And, you know, they're wondering, is it possible to forgive and forget? Because they're definitely in the throes of these consequences of their poor actions and their poor decisions, because they don't even know what to say. They don't know how to come about it. They can't seem to find the right words to say because they look at you as this angel and they feel like the devil. And, you know, the grass definitely was not greener on the other side. They should have just watered the grass with the divine feminine in the first place, because, you know, your beauty moves them. They find you absolutely stunning, divine feminine. And I do feel a lot of the feminines have been appearing in the masculines' dreams lately. I know for myself, my masculine was in my dreams last night. It was the oddest thing. I'm not even going to talk about the dream at all. But he showed up at my house, and I had already moved on and was in another relationship. So I know a lot of the feminines have moved on with a walk-in, with a soulmate life partner. And that's also scary for the masculines, because this connection has never left them. They've lied to everybody, and lying was just easier for them than telling the truth. And now they have to deal with all of these repercussions, is kind of what I'm feeling. So get ready for a shift, divine feminine, because the masculine is moving towards this new adventure. He's moving out of all of this stagnation as everything kind of gets ripped out of his life in order for him to get back into integrity. And that's what I've got for divine masculine check-in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a twin flame or a personal reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.